The first map is a circle. We label the circle awareness. So therefore, everything inside the circle is everything you're aware of. Everything outside the circle is everywhere you're not. Now, here's the first interesting teaching. Your awareness. So what do I mean by that? Well, everything that you're aware of. Because where does notice fit in? Notice is the things you notice that are inside your awareness circle. Well, this is important to remember. We notice things in our surroundings, in our physical world. We notice things in our thoughts too, don't we? Oh, I just remembered this. Oh, I just thought of this. That's what I mean by noticing. But here's the thing. It's within a confined space and place. And when you stop and think about this, it's so incredibly freeing, and it drives you a little bit like crazy too. Because here's the thing, just because there are experiences outside of your awareness that you never notice doesn't mean they're not there. Another way to describe the circle, and I just use 2D here for simplicity, is it's really a sphere. Imagine yourself inside a sphere. You notice everything inside your sphere, but everything outside of it still exists, still is real. It's just because it's outside of your awareness, you don't notice it. Now, a couple of really powerful tools. The first one is we have very little control over what we notice. Have you ever had this experience? You find yourself in a restaurant, and the restaurant is full. And everybody's talking and laughing, and there's that buzz in the restaurant. I often call it, there's the loud laugher. You know what I mean? The one that kind of stands out above the rest. And as soon as you notice that, it's just there. And even if you try to not notice it, once you've noticed it, you don't have a lot of luck, do you? So here's the truth. You have very little control over what you notice, in this case, the loud laugher. You have complete control over what you choose to focus on. So here you and I are sitting at our table in this coffee shop, and there's the buzz of the restaurant, and there's the loud laugher. Now, you're going to notice that, but you can choose to focus on what I'm saying. You can choose to focus on me. You can choose to focus on what's happening right at our table. Even though you maybe can't stop that laugh. But here's the second truth. Whatever you focus on gets bigger. Whatever you don't gets smaller. So as you focus on our conversation, as you focus on if we're having coffee, you're going to take a sip of coffee. Really focus on how the coffee tastes. Because if you focus on this, you can't focus on the loud laugher, because we can only focus on one thing at one time. And the longer you can hold your focus on our conversation, the coffee, whatever else is taking place at this table, guess what happens to the loud laugher? They start to fade away and fade away and fade away. And pretty soon they almost blend into that white noise or the buzz. This was the first map that I received. I've received many, many since. It is probably, no, not probably. It is definitely the most powerful. Here's where the real power is. We don't focus those experiences that we don't want away. They only get bigger. But using this truth now, we can start to choose the ones we want to experience. And as we focus on them, we start to introduce them. And therefore, because we're not focusing on what we don't want, it starts to get smaller. It starts to have less relevance. It starts to have less power in choosing, rather than us, how we will feel in this present moment. That's everything.